Okay, let's get started. We have another form. The way you make it is you take an action verb stem and you conjugate it like normal, as if you were getting the 요 form of a verb. So 하다 just becomes 해, 되다 becomes 돼, and then you attach 보니 and optionally 가. In regular speaking, your day-to-day conversations, you'll usually say 가. But in writing, you might commonly see 보니, especially more things that are like formal. So what this is a combination of the action verb conjugated with the verb 보다, meaning to try. And then it's also combined with the 니까 ending. Now the 니까 ending literally means because, but its usage is to show that you've realized something after doing something. This form shows that someone, typically the speaker, realizes something after they've tried to do something or after they've just done something. Typically, this will be for the first time, since the 보다 form is like you're trying it out. So you can translate this form as something like, after trying to do action verb, I realized. Now that I've tried doing something, I realized. Or maybe now because I've tried doing something, I realized. But it doesn't really matter so much how you translate this form, as long as you understand the meaning is to show that the speaker realizes something after trying something. One more note is that if you ever want to say 보다 as this action verb, it would just be 보니까, because you don't need to double the 보다 verb. Let's do our first example sentence. 창문을 열어보니, 창문, window. So I opened the window and I realized 보니 눈이 오다, to snow. 눈이 오고 있더라고요. So I recall 창문을 열어보니 눈이 오고 있더라고요. So I opened the window and I realized, hey, it was snowing. As in, I realized, past tense though. This is a recollection, a memory. Like I remember, hey, when I opened the window, I realized it was snowing. So I opened the window and saw it was snowing. You can kind of think about it like this. 창문을 열어보니 눈이 오고 있더라고요. So like I opened the window and it was snowing. 창문을 열어보니 눈이 오고 있더라고요. After opening the window, I realized it was snowing. 이걸 먹어보니 여기가 왜 유명한지 알겠어요. 이걸. This is the same as 이것을. 먹어보다. So to try eating. So I never had tried this before, but after I tried it, I realized that 여기, here, 왜 유명한지. So why this place is famous. 알겠어요. So I've got it. 알겠다. I understand. 이걸 먹어보니. So after I tried this, I realized why this place is so famous. Or I now know why this place is so famous after I tried eating this. 이걸 먹어보니 여기가 왜 유명한지 알겠어요. 직접 앉아보니. So I directly, or I personally, I actually sat down. So after actually sitting down in it for a bit, in the chair, 생각보다, so literally more than 생각, more than thoughts. So more than I thought. 편하다 is to be comfortable. 생각보다 편했어요. So it was more comfortable than I expected. After I actually sat down in it, I realized it was a lot more comfortable than I expected. 직접 앉아보니 생각보다 편했어요. So after actually sitting down, it was a lot more comfortable than I expected. 그 신발, so those shoes. 그 신발을 신고 걸어보니. So I put on those shoes and 걷다, walked. 걸어보니. So I put those shoes on and tried walking, and then I realized that 좀, a little bit, kind of, 별로. Not that good. 좀 별로였어요. So I realized they were just kind of, not that good. 그 신발을 신고 걸어보니 좀 별로였어요. After walking around in those shoes, I realized that they weren't very good. 그 신발을 신고 걸어보니 좀 별로였어요. 알아보니, and the verb 알아보다 already has 보다 in it, so you're not going to say 알아봐보니. Just 알아보니. 여기가 제일 좋다네요. So here is the 제일 좋다, the best. 좋다고 하네요. So they say, this is a quoting form. They say, here's the best. So after I looked into it, I realized everyone says that this place is the best. 알아보니 여기가 제일 좋다네요. After looking into it, people say that here is the best. 아이를 키워보니, so 키우다 is to raise a child. Having tried raising a child, I realized, 엄마의 마음. So literally my mom's heart. This is more like how my mom feels. 엄마의 마음을 이해하게 됐어요. So I came to understand how my mom feels after having raised a kid for myself. After having kids, but more in the sense of raising them, I came to understand how my mom feels. 아이를 키워보니 엄마의 마음을 이해하게 됐어요. So again, after having tried to raise kids, I recommend writing down this and memorizing it. This is one of the most common ways you're going to see this form used in Korean. 생각해보니 or 생각해보니까. Most often you'll hear 생각해보니까. 생각해보니 빨간색이 더 예쁜 것 같아요. So I tried thinking about it. So after I tried thinking about it for a bit, I realized that 빨간색 is red. 빨간색이 더 예쁜 것 같아요. I think red is prettier. Although literally this means I realized after thinking about it. In English, we might just say, you know, after thinking about it. So after thinking about it, after I thought about it for a second, I think red's prettier. So this is very commonly used. And again, I recommend just writing down this expression, 생각해보니 or 생각해보니까, and using it in your conversations. Hey, you know, now that I think about it, after thinking about it for a bit, 생각해보니 빨간색이 더 예쁜 것 같아요. So after thinking about it, I think red's a little bit prettier. 이 동네. So this neighborhood. 이 동네에 살다. To live in this neighborhood. So 살아보니. So after living in this neighborhood for a while, 사람들이, people, 왜, why, 여기를. So here, 좋아하는지, 왜 여기를 좋아하는지 알겠네요. So I understand now why people like here. So after living in this neighborhood, I realized that 사람들이 왜 여길 좋아하는지 알겠네요. So I understand, I get now why people like here. So after living here in this neighborhood, I understand now why people like it. 이 동네에 살아보니 사람들이 왜 여길 좋아하는지 알겠네요. After living in this neighborhood, I realized why people like here. Yeah, that is our last form for this lesson. Thank you everyone for coming. And I will see you next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. Ow, I hit my hand on the... 다음에 또 봐.